Hello everyone, today we are going to go through cut the stake, which is a problem under implementation section of algorithm on HackerRank. So without wasting time, let us have a look on the problem statement. So in this problem statement, what we are doing is that we have an array of integer that denote the length of various stake. And what you're supposed to do is that you are supposed to cut all the stake and discard the shortest one, performing that operation in such a way that the array become empty. Let us take this one for instance. We have array with size 1, 2, and 3. And if we cut all the stake, if we cut 1 unit length from all the stake, this one will be discarded because it is 1. This one will remain 1 and this one will remain 2, as you can see here. And after cutting this, and by performing the first cut, how many elements has been touched? Three elements. Now this is our new array. By performing the cut here, how many elements will be touched? 2 elements, and this will remain. And we are going to cut this, and 1 element will be touched. So at the end, we are going to have an array like this: 2, 3, 1. 3 because the first operation touched 3 elements, the second one 2 elements, and the third one 1 element. So basically, what we are supposed to do here, we are supposed to figure out how many elements are touched after each operation and construct an array with the result operation of those elements. So given those examples, how are we going to approach, how are we going to solve this problem? What will be our solution? Let us take this one for instance. One approach can be like, okay, you first find the minimum element of the array. Once you have the minimum element of the array, you add the size of the array as the number of elements that are going to be touched, because by cutting the minimum, all of the elements of the array are going to be touched. And you remove all the minimum occurrence in your array. That means you're going to remove 2 here. And at the end of this, you repeat the operation. You find again the minimum will be this. You add the size, and then by doing so, at the end of the loop, you are going to have your result, which is one way of doing that. But we are not going to go with that approach because it's a bit long and I want to keep things short and straightforward. I share with you that approach because I think it's important for you to be aware of various approaches of solving the problem. But now, which approach are we going to use? We are going to sort our array. So what does that mean exactly? Let me take this one for instance. So if you have this array like this one, we are going to sort the array and we are going to have this after sorting the array. So after sorting the array like this, what we are going to do is that, okay, we are going to create our result array, which we are going to initiate with the size of the array, given that the first cut we touch everything. Now, after that, we are going to loop moving from the first element to the last element. If we find elements that are next each other, and then they are different, then naturally that will generate a cut. What does that mean? That means here we have our initial array, which is at 6. Now we are moving from 1. Is element at position 1 equal to element at position 0? Yes, nothing to do. Is element at position 2 different from element at position 1? Yes, they are different, so there's something to do. So we are going to add the size of the array, which is actually 6, minus the position where we are. That means minus 1, minus 2, that is 4. That means those 4 elements are going to be touched with the next cut. Now we are going to move again. This is where we are going to have our next element, which is different, and this is position 5. So at this place, we are going to, this is position number 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, position number 4. So at this place again, we are going to have to add in our result array the size of the array, which is 6 minus 4. That will give us this 2. And then here is actually different. So we are also going to add size of the array, which is 6 minus 1. This is this one. So at the end, the implementation will look like this. So like I said, we first saw the array. We initiate our array with 1 element, and that element will have the value, the size of the array. And then now we are going to loop through all of the elements of the array starting from 1. And then if you have 2 elements, 2 consecutive elements which are different, that means a cut is supposed to happen. So we are going to just add to our result the array.size minus the index where we are, and at the end we will have our result. Let us submit this and see what it gives. So you can see we have everything green, everything perfect. So this was my approaches of solving this. I just implement the second approach. Feel free to give me your point of view on how I approach this solution. So if you want me to give you the implementation of the first approach I just described, feel free and feel comfortable to leave me a comment in the comment section. See you on the next video. Ciao.